Peace. How you doing, love? I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Really good. Channeling the peace, the motion. Genesis, put that spray back. Yeah, I know. I know it is, Krishna. Gotta get rid of them. Soon, soon, soon. Peace. How you doing, Pierre? How you doing? Hey, sis. How you doing? What's up, bro? Hey, hey, hey. Girl, put that spray back. Lord, y'all. Yeah, everything. Yeah, everything is in peace. It's in motion. And please. Move, mama. No. Yes, move. No. No. Well, I just wanted to chat with y'all for a few hours. Can you get off me? Get out the way. Move. Move out the way for the smoke in your face. Move. I just wanted to come on here for a second and well, a second could turn into an hour, but I just wanted to chat with y'all for a minute. Move, mama. Go. Go in there and cut that light off. But anywho, how was y'all the holidays for everybody? She's 5. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, but peace to you. Yes. Well, I just wanted to chat with y'all about, letting go and stuff. And I think right now I'm in this motion. I think everybody that knows me know. Peace, peace, sis. I think that everybody that knows me know that. Okay, now spend it with family. It was a good vibe. I think everybody that knows me know I'm real big on family. Um, and of course, this is still in my spirit, y'all, because it's on the counter. Go get it and sit down and watch TV. I don't see it. It's on the counter. I put it up there. On the other side? By the stove. It's still in my spirit a little bit, but I think it's more because of where I'm at in my journey. And don't get me wrong. Family is who you make family. Yes, Jen. Family is who you make family. It's definitely not blood. But I was still holding on to blood. And I think this is what is all apart about me becoming more into me being wise, the wizard, as I was saying, letting go to become the wizard. I know it's very hard for us. Thank you. Thank you, Echo. Peace to you. I think it's very hard for us to let go of the bloodlines. And I'm very understanding with that. As a person who kept a hold on my family, um, trying to save my family. Uh, hold up, y'all, drop something. Trying to save my family and, trying to get them on a level of understanding where I'm at. But, and I'm talking about, your close family, not the extended family. But like I said, family is who you make it, who you make it to be. Um, and this is one thing that, excuse me, y'all, this is one thing that has had a hold on me when it comes to certain things for me to evolve into completely. You know, I display a lot of family activities, a lot of family origin spaces, just doing a lot of things with the family. But I realized this Thanksgiving that being a wizard or someone into wisdom, um, girl, put it back on there, please, and go sit down. I couldn't take it. Just go sit down. Okay, yeah. He asked me about the shake. But I think, tapping into more into my into the wisdom, I have realized that I have to let my family go. It was told to me years ago that I would have to let them go. And when I mean let them go, you have to cut the ties of ignorance. You have to cut the ties of, you know, certain levels with with family members because your mentality is not where theirs is. And the way you're evolving into a peaceful motion of evolution within your journey, that family can really only, they can be a part of your hindering. Um, they can be a part of holding you back to becoming your greater, the greater potentials of yourself. No matter how much we want to carry our family along with us, um, it's just the ignorance of it all can be very damaging to a person, you know, that carries wisdom. It really does hurt me that I have to do this, not only for them, but for me. Because at the end of the day, it's all about you. It's not about nobody else. It's truly solely only about you. Um, those who have children, you have to understand the way you're moving. Those children are your light. They're reflections of you. So you have to move accordingly for them too. Okay? Because they're you. Okay? There are many versions of yourself. And you have to put all that energy into that light so they can evolve. Okay? So it's very hard for me to make this decision in my life. And I think that's the reason why I'm still stuck on it because I really don't want to. But it's not about your wants, it's what you need. And I need to evolve away from my bloodline. They're not in the age or in the stage I'm at. Okay, so in the situations where you're trying to go in life, you have to let go of a lot of things. You know, you have to let go of a lot of ignorant shit. You have to let it go of a lot of people, a lot of old habits, old ways, all of that shit, which I've mastered out of that. But you truly have to let your family go. Like I said, I've heard this before. Okay, peace, peace, sis. Years ago, somebody told me this, and I did not want to believe them. I really, the flip version of it all was, you know, I was feeling like, it was the outside of my bloodline that I would have to let go of people that I kind of, created in the space, in my space as family. But it's not just that. I really do have to let my family go. They are a hindering spirit to my existence. And the reason why I say this is because the day I've been born into this shit, which I know some of y'all probably seen my post, and it's definitely been a roller coaster, me channeling the inner standing of myself and what I have to let go. Okay? And if I do get teary eyed, y'all please excuse me. This is very hard for me. But since the day I've been birthed into this existence, okay? Like I said, I was born into ignorance. And the ignorance of ignoring the evolution of oneself, of knowing oneself, changing and channeling yourself, okay, to become a greater version. Going through so many things in my journey, it never affected me physically or spiritually. I really gained a lot of awareness through a lot of my trauma, a lot of abandonment, being ignored, okay, not having any sense of guidance. And I sat back Thanksgiving and realized that I'm still in the middle of the ignorance. No matter how much I worked on myself, how much I'm working on myself, no matter how much I'm evolving, I'm still in the center of ignorance. I've ignored it. And, oh my God, I've ignored it just to keep the ties of my family. But I can't do it no more. I have to think. I have to think about this outside of the ignorance. I have to think about me. That's right. I do have to shed the old me. And sometimes the old you is a diversion inside of your family. And once you see that, you realize that you're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy. No matter how much you try to carry your family, it was never meant for them to be on the level that you're on. It was never meant for them to be where you're at. I'm seeing the push overall behind the family. I'm seeing this force of energy that's pushing me above the ignorance. And it hurts that I have to let go of it. I cannot allow myself to be bathed. Excuse me, y'all. I can't allow myself to be bathed in the ignorance of others. I can't. I can't. I realize that people only do things to be in your space. They only do things to be having an attachment, to only have a hold on you. And we think sometimes, oh God, it's good. I have a family that's got my back, but actually in reality, nobody has your back but you. You know, nobody's going to understand you but you. I realized Thanksgiving that I was alone. And for a moment, it hurt me. For a moment, it hurt me that I realized that I was alone in this family. But then I had to realize, I had to go back, I had to think and relive a lot of the situations and realize that I was always alone and I've always got myself through it. It was never my family. No matter how much credit I try to give them, how much love I try to show them, it was never enough. So I'm telling y'all today that you have to let go. All right? You have to let go. I have to let go. All right? I'm becoming so great in my journey. I'm meeting different people and I'm connecting with, other people and I'm learning and I'm seeing, I'm viewing from different angles. And I can't view from the hurt no more. I can't view from the trauma no more. I can't view, from the ignorance of it all. I can't do it. I can't do it. You know, it's it's hard when you realize sometimes that you all you got in this journey. I mean, there's people that's gonna help you, move along, and that's all great and that's all good. But at the end of the day, it's all about you. I've tried to hold on to my family like a clutch, like clutching them on like pearls, but that's my journey. That's not my journey. It's not my journey. My journey is me, it's self. I've tried to make things right with people. I've tried to understand people where their levels or where they at. But it's always showing up as a reminder of where I'm at and why I'm not walking those same footsteps anymore. You know, I understand one's journey, other people's journey. I can understand it all, but at the end of the day, it's not for me to understand. It's only for them to understand. I've tried giving knowledge to people. Excuse me, y'all. I got to get something on my face. I've tried giving knowledge to people, only for people to keep asking me the same fucking questions. I've tried to be a savior for most, but only to realize I can't save nobody else. I can only save me. I mean, I realize that in the community, but that shit really hits hard when it's your family. And as much as you want to save them, as much as you want to be able to get them to a level of healing and understanding, it's not your journey. It's not your mission. It's not you that you're not supposed to be worried about none of that. So, you have to let go of all of the physical matter of this bullshit. All right? You're only supposed to have one's understanding of self. Man, when I tell y'all, this shit really hurt me to the core to realize no matter what I try, no matter what I do, they gonna always view me from an ignorant place. Yep, sometimes that clutch can be a crutch, and it definitely was a crutch. It was a crutch, and it was a reminder, a constant reminder of ignorance being showboated around me constantly. I wasn't completely tapped into my power. I keep giving my power to everybody else. I kept giving it to everybody else. And it wasn't working for me. It wasn't. We keep using it thinking we need it to hold us up. But it's only within the mind that's fast. We are greater than we know. And I realized at that moment too. Like I said, I realized I was alone in the situation because in my bloodline. I was alone in the situation because nobody is where I'm at. And that's okay, that's fine. But it doesn't feel good when you're surrounded around a lot of shit like that. And you want everybody to win. And you want everybody to evolve. You want everybody to understand. You want everybody to see. I didn't want to believe this shit years ago when somebody told me. I'm like, no, not my family. Mm-mm. That's my backbone, you know? Those my people. That's my bloodline. You know, those my siblings. That's my mother. That's my father. I can't. But I got to. I got to. For my own sake, I have to. My mind is greater than it was before. Right. They do. They do. They do, sis. Yeah, it do keep coming up over and over. And they do start you start realizing that people are looking at you strange. And you're like, okay, where did this behavior come? Why haven't I seen this? I thought you would have thought you seen it all. But when you start seeing these mirrors and these reflections within your family, and you realize, oh my God, like, oh God, I really have fumbled myself. I really thought, you know, that I had a good grip on my family. But what it was is they had a grip on me and they kept holding me down. It kept holding me down. It kept, pulling me back in, willing me back in into the ignorance. The shit that I'm not aware of that anymore. You know? I could see the ignorance. My bad, y'all. I think I turned my camera around. How do I turn this back around? Oh, there we go. I pushed the wrong button. You know, I realized, they was holding on to me and putting me in higher perspectives only to move for them. They wasn't moving for themselves. They was moving, I'm moving for them. And you would think at some break, sometimes you would, I was thinking like, okay, well, maybe that's what the mission is. Maybe I need to move for my family. That's why I'm in the front. That's why all of this. But in reality, they was pushing me to move instead of pushing themselves. All right? Peace, peace, sis. Almost as you the sacrificial lamb of it all. All right? But I'm not here to sacrifice or be the sacrifice of my family. No more. I'm not. I'm actually not a sacrifice for anybody. Okay? But it really, really sucks. It really sucks that, you know, I had to see that, but, or I ain't gonna say it sucks that I had to see it, but it sucked to me that things were shown to me that I thought I didn't think it was like that. I didn't think it was going to be hindering to myself, but it is. It really is hindering to me. Um, it definitely was a blockage when it came to certain things in my elevation. A lot of people know that I've tried holding on to my sister beside me tighter than anything because I've lost a sister in the physical. So I felt like, let me hold on to my sister a little longer. Let me hold on her tighter. Let me open up her mind. But some people's mind are not meant to be open. Okay? Not on your time, not on your energy, okay? I thought maybe, if I hold on to her, maybe if I keep her in this, this path that I'm on, maybe she will. I was damaging her and damaging my damn self. Peace, peace. Hey, sis. Yes, you can see right through. Indeed, it sucks, but it's growing you. Right, it do sucks. It sucks, but it definitely is growth. And a lot of y'all know I don't walk like my family. I don't act like them no more. I mean, well, no more. Because you caught me probably 10, 12 years ago, about 12 years ago, maybe 13. Yeah, I was bathed all in the ignorance of the bullshit. But where I'm at now, I don't obtain that path of my journey, my family is on. I don't act the way they do. I've never have actually. But it's just more and more, you know, understandable and where I'm seeing, more today. Like I said, that right there, that moment, just that one wrinkle in time exposed it all. It made me realize all the shit that I've endured in my family, dealing with the jealousy, dealing with the envious energy, dealing with the, oh, she thinks she know it all. It just made me realize a lot of shit. Right. Definitely. That's why I got lost at when it comes to the family. You supposed to drop the gems and keep it moving. All right? Yep. The only sacrifices need to be made is to self. Right. They do try to mask it to fit in after a while. They always been there to see. And that's what I realized. Yeah. Get some of the waffles in the freezer. Ain't no more. Well, I meant to say French toast. Those, yeah, they in there. Yeah, they tried to mask it, and I got behind the mask. This Thanksgiving, I realized that it's a lot of things I've allowed the boundaries to be crossed because they was family. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be understanding because their path is not my path, but it was only becoming a distraction to my path. Yes. I'm not cold. Yeah. See, not cold. I warm. Okay, that's fine. So that little bit of wrinkle of time let me know I can't do that. I can't put myself in those spaces no more. Is it going to hurt them or is it going to hurt me? It's not going to hurt me. It's going to hurt them probably more than me. All right. I was born into, like I said, ignorance, only to rebel against the shit. All right. I am the enlightenment. And being the enlightenment or the wizard or the wise, okay? There are so many factors or beings or energy around you that's only trying to succumb your energy, okay? They're trying to mask the shit that you are, you know, um, projecting into your reality. That goes back with that whole mask shit. Right, right. Breaking the babies out of the ignorance, it don't even feel right. It doesn't. But it's so worth it. It's so worth it. I can't ignore the bullshit no more. And that's what ignorance is. It's just ignoring. I can't ignore it no more. All right? So by me not being able to ignore it anymore, I can't be in those spaces no more. Right? I can't allow myself to be in those spaces anymore. I can't allow myself to be even attached. Right? It will hurt in the moment. But for them, if they don't come around, it would be a lifetime. It definitely will. I wish y'all two chill out. Genesis, stop. Jay score in your room. Jen, stop. Go sit down. Genesis, move. Jen, don't let me get up. Move, please. These two here. Ignorant is bliss. Laugh now for sure. Take your take your light back. Yes, I have to take my light back. I cannot be the spotlight or the not the spotlight, but the flashlight for their journey anymore. I cannot be the fat flashlight for my family anymore. I can't do it. All right, because even when I try to be the light for them, it's always a combative spirit. And that right there happened again to the point it made me realize the final time. Okay? I can't allow myself, okay, to be drained from my light. Because I was trying to show everything in darkness through my light. What? Jace, please stop and go sit down. I'm about to shut my door on both of y'all. Jace, please stop. Yeah, you did. Okay, well, go sit down. I'll tell him to stop. Okay. Get a chair. Don't get the stool. Get a chair. I can't, y'all. I can't. I can't. I can't. I had to let go. And I have to ultimately become the wizard, which is the wise, tapping solely into my wisdom, and being more wise with choices and decisions and being more wise, with the not allowing the ignorance to be a part of my journey, When you step into that, you can't identify ignorance anymore. Y'all, please excuse her. Jason, get what you getting and go to your room, please. Hold on, y'all. That dang on so feel something else. Remember, the villain is not what they portray them to be. We all come from the dark, and that's what I was saying. I want to be. I'm becoming the villain in my story, and sometimes, when you become that villain in your story, it's not you being the bad guy. Okay, it's just you understanding that internal darkness. All right, and you becoming detached. Okay. Right, the villain has the heart to be the hero, but it's only in your story. It's only in your journey. It's not in nobody else's. Like I said, I'm tired. I realized the flashlight they can't click me on and off anymore. All right, they can't use my flashlight to see what's going on in the dark anymore. I am pulling all of that back. I'm cutting the ties of it all. Right, they are the black sheep. They don't, And a lot of us is. And that's where that term comes from. You know, being the black sheep in the family. You're the villain. Okay? Because you identify and you can see beyond, okay, the ignorance. Okay, now they can't turn that bat signal on and off, especially when they need help. Okay, because I'm definitely always the one that people come, like in my family, they need some type of understanding. They need, some motivation, and they need some type of energy. They always come to me. Not no more. I'm not gonna be in. I'm not gonna be available. And I'm not saying this because I'm mad, because I'm not. I'm not saying this because I don't agree with them. It's not. I'm just realizing that this is too much. It's too much for me. The bloodline is already an illusion. So why am I so stuck on holding on to people that ain't holding on to me? They only holding on to me to benefit the light. Mm-mm. I be wanting people to experience the joy I have, so you try to hard to get them to see what you see, but let your light so shine and give others permission to find theirs. Right? We be trying to, we definitely do. We be trying to let them see the other side of things. What healing looks like. Okay, what no worries look like, no stress. What it looks like to be enlightened. Peace, peace, sis. But it never works. They only become what they call it, they mimic that behavior. They mimic your light, your energy. Here I am thinking my family, oh, they elevating, yeah, they starting to understand some shit. Da, 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 da. They wasn't. It was only to have a hold on me. Okay, right, right. Don't even ask for it. Okay, and they be like, here comes that spiritual motherfucker, like for real. Like the last two occasions, my family was, who wants to say prayer, and I'm like, if I volunteered the first time because it was something else, a certain event, and I was like, okay, let's speak about that. But then with this whole Thanksgiving thing is, oh, you gonna do the prayer this time, and I'm like, I'm gonna say the words of what y'all would say because that's not the words of my life. So I feed you with your own ignorance because I know what it is when it comes to me. But I even realized that right there was too much for me to be doing. Okay? And that is also damaging to them. But I can't be a part of I can't be the cause of their demises anymore. They always do come to drain your energy. They want to use your battery. They want to have your charge. They want to get recharged from you. Okay, facts plus tax. People only understand um no further than they hand in front of them. That's fact. That's true. That's true. They can only understand it to a certain level. Your own energy be like, nah. Right. My energy was like, why me? Why? But like I said, I tapped into that spirit of ignorance to feed them ignorance. And even like I said, that was a part of the, feeding them their own demise when I actually could have took the high road of my energy, but I didn't want to be in this space of, oh, she doing something different. Or, oh, she on something else, her belief. And it's just like, if I gotta fake it with motherfucking people, I don't want to be in the room or the space with them anymore. I don't want to fake like none of that. I don't want to fake it to make it in a fucking family. I don't want to do that anymore. When I started changing and walking in my own journey, I was already sacrificed. I was already destroyed. They was already taking me out. All right. Yes, that willful ignorance is a trend. All right. When I was trying, I was, I'm doing me. They was already. But you know what they learned? They learned to mask. All right. They learn to mask it so they can have a hold on me. Because for one, they know you know the truth. They know you have a lot of information. They know you wise. They know you the light. Okay? They say think you know it all. When you do know, you know. And this is why they try to have a fucking hold on you. So the best thing you can do is let go of that shit and see how far they get on their own. It's not your journey, it's yours. And I decided I'm not gonna be the sacrificial lamb to nobody. I just got to be me. I got to do me. I have children that are versions of me. Okay? And I cannot ignore that in the ignorance of a fucking family. I cannot ignore because they just family. That's just your family. They still your family at the end of the day. That's ignorance. I can't do that shit no more. Family can be the cause of your fucking own death. I can't do it. And they try to make you feel like shit for knowing they do. They try to make you feel like shit. Like, they try to make you like you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Now, if I'm indulging in ignorance, oh yeah, you on to something. But when you into enlightenment, oh, you think you know it all. I'm on to something. Okay? This Thanksgiving, it was a great vibe. I had a great time. But I also was shown what I needed to see for the last fucking time. Right, hurt people do be hurting people. And it's no longer acceptable. I'm not going to be a part of that. You know? I can't even be on a vibration with people that's not on a vibration with me. At least be open-minded. But if you're not open to anything or open-minded and you're not on the level I'm on, I can't fuck with you. I can't deal with you. I can't put myself in that space. I'm the wizard in my shit. Why am I coming down to fit in? And why am I coming down to fit in? Why am I coming down just to be connected to a family? And it's not even what it is. It's not what it's built up to be. It's not what it is. That's right. Motherfuckers do need to step up. People need to step up. But, it's their journey. It's not mine. It hurt me, like I said. But I realized at the end of the day, I got to cut the ties. And while I'm going through this transition of cutting these ties with my family, I mean, a lot of y'all have met my family, so y'all know they have good intentions. They do have that energy of love around them, but they are only masking. They're masking it. And they're only masking the energy that I project. So they, it's just like, the whole what they call it, the whole illusion of, that's family. So we got to do whatever we got to do to be intact. They was only masking. All right. Yeah, they do have the potential. Yes, they do have that. But I'm standing firm right now that I can't mask that shit no more. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? I can't mask being in a relationship with motherfuckers who are masking to be in this thing. Mm-mm. It's like a motherfucker can tell you everything you need to know with what's going on with them, and a motherfucker can tell you everything that they need to change, but they not fucking willing to do it. So what's the point? Why am I wasting my fucking time with these people? And that goes for the community too. What is the point? Why am I saying the same shit over and over and over again? For what? Right. I can't be coming down to fit in, only to be stuck in the mindset if you're not careful. Right? Elevation requires sacrifice. And then, like I said, if I'm gonna be a sacrifice, it's gonna be a sacrifice on my turn, not a fucking family. I can't do it. It's yeah. I cannot. We was brought up that family is everything. We was brought up that, you gonna always have family. But like I said, family is what you make. All right? It's just what you make. It's whoever, you decide to be on a level of connection, and family can change. Okay? All right? It can change. What was your family back then could be a totally outlook of a family right now. All right? Like I said, I tried my best to hold on to my people. I wanted them to evolve like I have. I wanted them to find the information like I found. I wanted them to be tapped into the entombment of self. I wanted them to heal so we can heal the DNA of us, ourselves. But I can't do it. That's not my mission. Right? Game over. Okay? That's not my mission. And I think the hindering of it all, the attachment of it all, is that we lost a family member in the physical. And this is why we holding on to each other so tight. I don't want to do that anymore. I can't do that anymore. I can't do it. Like I said, I can't bathe in ignorance anymore. It was very sucky it was a bad pill to swallow. It was a hard pill to swallow. I ain't gonna say bad, but it was a hard pill to swallow. Now, I can say this. If I needed somewhere to go, I could go there. If I needed anything, I can go there. Most of y'all family can. If you need somewhere to go, or if you need something, most likely you can get it from family, right? All right, you have somebody in your family you can get it, right? But at the same time, that same fucking family, 9 out of 10 can't even fucking stand you. All right? Because they see that you don't move the way they move. All right? They see you not stuck in the trial and tribulations of trauma or hurt. Because they know that you're a family. Oh, we'll take you in. We got you. But most likely, they don't fucking like you. They envy your spirit. They are jealous of you in a factor because you're moving, you're motioning, you're not worried, you're not stressing. Okay? But I can only speak for my family. I know for a fact that what it is with my family. Okay? They act like it. They act like it. All right? If I transition today, they'll cry like a motherfucker, right? They act like it. They will. But at the end of the fucking day, them people, that same goddamn family will be talking shit. That same goddamn family be the same motherfuckers calling me crazy. Be them same goddamn family members be the same ones that, oh, she thought she was too good. We gotta stop holding people on higher standards than ourselves just because they family. And if you're in the motion of transitioning from the old to the new, this is one of the hardest pills you gotta take. And what I mean, like I said, cutting the ties is not dealing with the ignorance no more. All right, the things that I've ignored in my journey. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I can't ignore it. I can't ignore the fact that I cannot ignore the fact that people. I just can't ignore it. I can't ignore the shit that I went through and realize that people keep using that shit against me. I cannot ignore it anymore. When I move far beyond it, I can't ignore it. I just can't ignore it, y'all. I can't ignore the shit that I've been ignoring for a lifetime because they family. That's right. That's right. It's not, we're not explaining shit this year. I'm not explaining nothing. I'm moving on my own accord. Right. If you ain't fucking with Jesus, they ain't fucking with you. And that's just really what it is at the bottom of the line. Because I see me as that. Okay. I understand the symbolic terms and the symbolism of it all. We there. You know what I'm saying? And that's because my beliefs is not your beliefs. I choose to heal. You chose not to. I chose to save me. You chose not to. Even though I was trying to save your ass, but that's not my mission. That's not my job too. I can't even break down anything for you anymore. I can't do it. I can only give you I can only give you the outline of it. Now you go figure that shit out. I can't do it. When I'm in my life, I'm enjoying my journey. I'm building something totally different within me. And it doesn't include, all right, the unhealed versions of myself, which is family. It don't include that. I find myself repeating myself then, fuck it, believe him. Okay? You gotta believe it. We can't keep going over the same shit over and over. It ain't worth it anymore. Go down there with them. It ain't worth to go down with them. It ain't worth it. Peace, Davida. Titles mean absolutely nothing to me. Ooh, girl, say it. Okay? Because I realized that on other shit, but when it came to family, it was like, oh, you right. I do know. You right. I got that. Mm-hmm. Let me swallow this pill right quick. All right? Because if people want to continue to live in your past instead of seeing you who you are today, let them. I don't care who they are. Okay? That's right. That's what I said. I can't allow the unhealed versions of myself, which is family. Okay? Which is family. All right? to be in a process of my new journey. I can't do it. Now, I know things will be like, you got kids, you know what I'm saying? They got to get to know your family. Trust me, they will know. All right? But I need their minds to be strong enough. Okay? So they won't be defeated by the ignorance of the family. Okay? They will know. But I'm not showering them, not bathing them in the ignorance of my fucking family. I can't do it. You gonna have to come up where we at. I'm not bringing my children down to meet y'all or to be in a connection with y'all. I can't do it. All right? They will see you, they will know you, but they will not be of you. And you better find your own ladder to come up here. Okay, you better find your own way up there. You better find your own way up. You right. Because we not coming down. I'm not going to allow them to come down to meet you halfway. I tried that shit. Okay? The only person I need to be meeting halfway is me. Okay? Right. I'm not lowering mine to help you get up there. And that's what I was doing. I was lowering my energy, giving them, the lift up of my hands, you know what I'm saying, to lift them up. But they wasn't being lifted. I'm trying to lift, I'm trying to bring them up, I'm trying to get them there, but it ain't working. They just hold it on. It becomes too stressful and damaging to your self relationship, the relationship of yourself. And then you start to question like, damn, am I doing too much? But in reality, you're not doing too much. They not doing enough. I can't, life has really showed me, it's like every fucking Thanksgiving, every holiday, I see something from a different angle. And this year right here alone, I'm only thankful for me. Of course, I've always been thankful for me and my process and my, my growth. I'm not thankful for my family. You can call me what you want to call me. You can say what you want to say. I'm not thankful for my bloodline family. Now, I'm thankful for the usage in that family that I had to use to get where I'm at today. But I'm not thankful on the terms of where I got to hold on to them. No, I'm letting all that shit go. I'm letting all that shit go. When you become the wizard, you start to isolate yourself. So you start to tap more into your own power, your own magic. Okay? You start to create a lane for you and only solely your own sole purpose of you. It doesn't include nobody else. All right, except what you birthed into this union. And even to a certain extent, with that birthing of those children, that light get to a certain level, you have to let that go. Right, Shay? We were just talking about that, feeling like a spiritual orphan. That's how it made me feel. And that shit broke me. It broke my ass to the point I'm like, damn. And it brought up a lot of old emotions that I've dealt with already. And Spirit say, you know what? If you keep going down that same path, you keep trying to uplift these people, you keep trying to see them for what you see them, but they don't see themselves, you gonna always be the fuck alone. All right? You're going to always be tormented. You're going to always be disrespected. You're going to always feel questionable. It ain't my journey. Right? People will play in your face. Feel what you saying. But after that, they talk so bad. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. I can't deal with that fake shit no more. Mm-hmm. Right. Family or not. Oh, and trust, they will try and make you feel like you wrong by overdoing it. Okay? Because you trying to get them there. You trying to get them to drink the water. Okay? You trying to get them to heal. You trying to get them to evolve. You trying to get them, and they gonna make you feel like you wrong. You don't know what you talking about. That's why I said what works for you don't work for everybody the fuck else. Yep. Lifting them for so long it will break you. It broke me. It broke the chains. It broke the ties. It broke it. I told my husband, I told them, hey, my people, I'm not calling them anymore. I told my dad, hell, I got the nerve to block them. But it's still one more level that I got to go through. All right? Before I can completely block this energy. Okay? A lot of y'all don't know my grandma's, she 1 foot in, 1 foot out right now. Okay? All right? So that right there is just the last little piece that I need. Okay? That I have to accept to completely block this energy. Yeah, you be wondering why your back hurt. You be wondering why your chest hurt. You be wondering why your fucking head hurt. You be wondering why all your body aching because all of this shit. Because all of this energy holding on to you. You got to rip the ties off of them. Break them loose from you. Yeah, too much weight on your shoulders. Motherfuckers would try and turn it around on you. Hell nah. But fuck it, I'll take it if it gets me away from your ass. Okay, and that's how I'm at with it. Okay? They probably, I'm like, oh, Dree, she just mad. Oh, she just showing, she over there mad. She'll be all right. I am going to be all right. Are you? Are you? All right? It showed me that the people, even in the midst of this shit right here, the people that was really on my side, the people who was really on my side was not even in my blood. And that says a lot. It's always been that way for me anyway. But the people who understood who I was and what I was coming from and what I was saying was not even in my blood. That just lets you know how ignorant my blood line is. And I am not a part of that ignorance. Right. When the smoke clears, we going to see who really going to be out. Right. That's true. I'm going to be okay. Because one thing I have learned, all right, through all the trauma, through all the pain, through all the distractions that was thrown at me, I kept moving. Nothing stopped my ass. I've detached from family before. It never stopped me. Okay? So we definitely would see they would definitely that would take its course of who really suffering, because I'm not. I just had to realize why I was still suffering. And it's because I was still attached to family. And this family of the bloodline or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But I was still attached to them in ways that was hindering to my soul, my spirit, my energy. All right, my elevations. No matter how much we try to parade around our family as, you know, we got it all we got it all figured out at some point. Somewhat got it figured out. They would never understand. I really feel like today this is just family is a part of your distraction. And it's supposed to be a part of your distraction in an evolutionary way. But some of us get trapped in the distraction. And I was trapped for a minute, when it came to that. I'm just grateful that I'm able to come on here and I'm able to be able to talk to y'all and y'all are able to relate and we all be able to relate to what we're going through because a lot of us is on the journey of self. A lot of us is not. Even if you're not even on the self journey, we don't think like the family. You don't think like your bloodline. And it's a reason why. Okay? We like to call ourselves, it's terms of being called the God and light or the light barrier. That's you. But even that light barrier only used the light for self. It wasn't for the world. It wasn't for everybody else. Right. And they wonder why we want to be alone. They wonder why. They wonder why I have not one family member in my family. None. Immediate family. The ones on the outside of my family or my immediate family, that's cousins and all of that, I have not one. Not one. And I know a lot of y'all can relate to this. I have not one family member that is above the ignorance or that's not in the enlightenment of self. Not one. A lot of them talk a good game, but they ain't got there yet. Some of them are still climbing up the ladder, but they ain't got where I'm at. And that's okay, because eventually, if that's what they're supposed to be going, they're going to go. But I have not one family member out of my siblings, out of my parents, okay, and that's grandparents, all of that too. None of them. All right? None of them are on any sense of spiritual enlightenment. They only use the spiritual enlightenment to benefit them to mask their journeys. That's it. That's all. Just so they can have a connection to you. Now, one thing I'm going to tell y'all. Yeah, that's right. We on this walk alone. One thing I'm going to tell y'all. From a person that comes from an abandonment situation. Because a lot of us can relate to that. All right? Whether we've been abandoned physically, mentally, or spiritually. All right? Because abandonment goes all ways. It's multiple views of abandonment. But from a person that has came from abandonment spiritually, physically, and mentally. All right? I've always wanted people in my life. I hold on to people. Real tight. So when it came to like death or transitioning, that was hard for me years ago. Because I hold on to every fucking thing. Hell, it's shit in my house right now. I probably about 10 years ago, I still got it. No, I need to throw this shit away. I need to let it go. I need to get rid of it. But I'd be like, no, I might can use it somewhere on down the line. See, that's the shit I'm talking about when it comes to me. I tend to hold on to things longer than I should. I was holding on to this community. Still, up until Thanksgiving. Okay? Holding on to the fact, so, it's so many people, they're on a certain level. Ooh, it's so many people that's tapped into self. Ooh, I have the belief. Because the belief is what's going to get us fucked every time. Especially if your belief is to hold on to shit. So I tend to hold on to people that I shouldn't even be holding on to. I shouldn't even be holding on to nobody. Because everything has its trend, it runs its course, including people. But I tend to hold on to you. I hold on to you. I've held on to relationships I shouldn't hold on to. Having just a little ounce of motherfucking hope and belief. I feel death is hard because we only attach to things physically and not spiritually. That's right. But even in spiritual, with death, we were still holding on to that shit. And we still do that now. Because even when I do certain things with tapping into the spirit and connecting people to certain spirits and certain things, that's a hold. All right? The breath, emotion, that's a hold. All right? We're supposed to be glad that we letting go of shit. All right? We're supposed to be grateful that things is, turned out certain. It's hard at first. But when you get to that space of understanding, you realize that, that was something that had to be let go of. Hey. No, ma'am. I'm okay with being alone, but I don't want to be alone, if that makes sense. I came here alone, but I don't want ignorant people around me. And that's what gets us fucked up. That's what gets us fucked up, sis. Peace, sis. Peace. How you been? That's what gets us fucked up. Yeah, don't nobody want to be alone. But see, we looking at alone in a physical matter. Hey, what's going on? Good. We be looking at, I definitely was too, looking at being alone as a physical matter. That's why I said I felt so alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn. But that's not even what it is. Hey. And screaming and doing all that mess. Okay. Yep, selling them with the bullshit because we don't think we can do better. But yeah, that's what, that's what keeps us fucked up. Of course, we all want to be around people, that's great and all of that. But at the end of the day, you have to accept that you're alone in this shit already by yourself. Being connected to other people is, to me, other versions of yourself, other reflections, it's supposed to be a bonus, right? Yeah. And we have to be in the awareness of understanding that those connections don't last always. So that comes with me being abandoned. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, mentally, and physically. Shit, I used to have motherfucking different niggas in my bed. I don't have several friends. Because I feel like I don't want to be alone. But you have to understand, it's not about the physical matter. Alright? When you have been abandoned as a child, you tend to hold on to people you shouldn't and let go of people you should hold on to. Right? We do. We get rid of the people we need. You got to know the difference and balance it out, and it's not easy. That's facts. That's true. We do tend to get rid of people we need at the moment. Because even those people we need at that moment, also we have to let go of them too. When that season in, we have to let go of them too. Whether it's through the relationship or it's through a transition, which is we know is death, right? All right. What I mean is, I want the like-minded people around me. But if not, I'm okay with being by myself. Right? It's all right. It's definitely good to have people around you that is like-minded. You know, because they with you, they understand you. They're on the level of and understanding your ex. All right. But soon as you evolve from that level of understanding where you at, those same like-minded people, if they ain't evolved mindset or that, where you have evolved, you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go. The growth I have today allows me to be okay with being alone, but open to the like-minded people who's supposed to be around me because I need that push. That's right. That's true. That's true. That's facts right there. You have to be in acceptance of being alone in this journey. You have to be in acceptance of knowing that this is a self journey. Your mission is not to fix anybody. Your mission is not to save anybody. Your mission is not to hold on to anyone. All right? But it's very enlightenment. It becomes very enlightened when you're around open-minded people. Because then you get to gravitate to understanding where you're at and evolving from that. Jenny, please, man. Please go on. Get out my room. Get out. No. No. Yeah, you're flipping on my bed and everything. Go, girl. No. No. But you don't have to mess around the right people, right? I don't want to feel like I have to have on a mask on when I have to come around my family. I don't want to feel like I have to put on a mask on just to be around people, period. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be me, authentically me. And I don't want to feel like I have to be in a costume, just to fit in. We'll go. Pick that up. So I learned a real heavy, valuable lesson. A real heavy, valuable lesson last week. And like I said, this week. And it's been lingering in my spirit because I'm like, I know there's so many people who can relate because we be trying to have a hold on to our families because they family. And we be wanting the greater good for our family. But family is not what we think it is. You create your family. And you're not birthed in, you're not supposed to be of the family that you're birthed into, put it like that. Yes, you learn certain things and you gain wisdom through your family, through the experiences, but you're not supposed to be of nothing but self. And that's just what it is for me. I don't know how much I can stress it, y'all. I know this is going to be hard for me because this is my first time actually just completely letting go. And when I say completely letting go, that means I can't indulge in the ignorance anymore. I can see them and say, hey, or, but I just can't put myself in those spaces anymore. Those spaces they're not evolving me. They're not helping me grow. Even when I felt like I was just fixing the relationships in my family, it wasn't growing me. It was hindering me. Because I'm growing, it's trying to grow from that. But thinking that the other parties are growing, it's not. Right, walking on eggshells is too stressful. I ain't got time to be doing it. And that's one of the main things that just made me realize also because I gotta walk a certain walk when I'm in that space. I don't want to. got to hide my true, authentic self. Man, that's what she keep yelling, y'all. Exactly. I don't want to walk on no eggshells to accommodate someone else's needs or feelings. Right. I just can't do it. I can't. Fact, sis. It was hard for me to tell them I wasn't coming this holiday. And you know what? Even thinking about the holidays, I know it's one more left. Two, actually, I guess, in what, Christmas and New Year's Eve. Uh, I don't even want to do that. I don't even want to do that. I don't want to do that. If I'm going to do something like that, I'm going to do it with the people that I know. All right? That love me like I love me. I don't want to. I don't want to be around people that are only loving me because it's beneficial because we're blood. Okay? Because we have that soul tie. I don't want to do that. So I've been thinking about that really hard. Really, really hard. And I've just been like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do the holiday thing anymore with those people that don't love me like I love me. If that makes a lot of sense. Like I love me inside out. It don't matter how I look inside out. I love every part, every inch of me. I even love my evolution of myself, where I came from and where I'm at. I even love the chaos that I was put in to a certain extent, right? I love it cold-heartedly because it's brought me where I'm at today. I don't want to be around people who don't love their chaos. I don't want to be around people who don't understand the chaos and the leveling up that you gain from a chaos. I can't be in those spaces no more. I just thought about I ship the shit. I don't want to be there. We supposed to be doing some other shit. I don't even want to do it. I don't want to do it no more. Because that was a constant reminder of what I needed to see. And I'm just like, yeah, shit ain't gonna change. All right, people just try to mask it. They try to move a certain way. I just can't. I can't. Same. They kept asking me like, and was supposed to change. Right? You got to stick to your guns. I was just going to be around my kid. That's enough. That's enough for me. Hey, Shay, that's enough for me. Okay, those two right there is enough for me. That's hey, they versions of me. Okay, and the old versions of me, I can't be around that no more. I got new versions that I'm upgrading. Okay, and especially when it comes to myself. Okay, because it all starts with me. Remember, I told you I was staying, sis. I would have came to your party though, and I get it. Because hey, at the end of the day, you have to. I have to learn to choose me. Okay, I got to learn to choose. I have to learn to choose me instead of trying to choose me in the family. I have to learn to just choose me. Because when I make these decisions, like I did last year, I'm like, I'm not doing this whole Christmas thing. I'm not doing this. I'm not buying this. I ain't doing it. And I end up fucking doing it anyway. Because the illusion of that's blood, that's my family. So I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it this year. Right? Some folks do dwell in mess. All right, I'm not of the devil's mess. That's right. Dwell in mess, the devil's mess. So you have to choose you because it's your walk, and only you can understand what you have to go, what you're going through. You know, I can understand it. You know, yeah, because yeah, baby, you got to do what you got to do for you. And see, that's the type of people we need. Because some people, they don't understand it. They don't want to understand it. Well, you just don't want to come. You acting funny. It ain't about acting funny. It's about me choosing me. And I choose not to be in that space anymore. All those all that shit was used on me. Okay? All of it was used on me. Oh, you trying to be funny. What about the kids? Don't do that to the kids. But what I'm telling you, ignorance know how to get you sometimes. But see, now that I'm more aware of the ignorance, the shit that I've ignored, because the children, because of the family, I can stand 10 toes down this year. Right. Your child is better off without the bullshit. And that's how I feel with my kids, my children, my lights. They are better off without that. We talk about moving into the new world order of the mind. You know what I'm saying? I can't keep holding on to the past. Remember I was telling y'all last year before, you can't hold on to that shit? Well, that shit just came into my fruitation of me. I can't hold on to that no more. Either get with the program or stay in that old ass program. Because the new program, and that either get with the new program or stay the fuck back. All right? And they are better because we are better. That's right. We know better. We doing better. Ain't no point of being, around it. Ain't no point of being around it because we know better. We doing better. And we just, we tend to be the downfall, of our own selves. We cause that downfall of our own selves. Nobody else. And I cannot allow myself to keep being in the downfall of that. All right? If I'm going to fall for something, it's going to be something I'm going to stand for. And I'm not falling for family over and over and over again to only be standing in bullshit.
Yeah, you hurt my mom.
Right, and it's updated, okay? It's not outdated, baby. Right, get it or stay in the old. But eventually the system will shut down and you will be forced to update. That's right. And I can't force them to update. We can't force our families to update. Hell, a lot of us might, a lot of y'all might have older children. We can't even force them to get with the program. They gonna have to get with it on their own time. Or they just gonna be forced into it. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Right. We only have enough energy for self. It's silly. Like I have things to do over here. I can only deal with a few. Okay? I can only deal with a few. I can't. It ain't meant for me to have a plethora of motherfucking people around me anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's not meant for me to hold on. I came in not holding on. Listen what I'm saying. I came in this motherfucker not holding on. To nothing. To nothing. Yeah, turn it on for me. Turn the light on.
The light on?
Yeah, the light on. All right? And I'm going to go out this motherfucker holding on to nothing. All right? Okay, we don't. Okay? I got this enough. Yeah, I don't bring enough food for everybody. Right? I can only feed me. I can only feed me. I can only feed me. But yeah, that's where I'm at, like, for real, y'all, right now. Excuse me, I'm so sorry, y'all. That's where I'm at right now in my journey. It was the biggest pill I have had to take. All right? And it's only up from here.
This. You can't.
What? What?
What are you like?
What are you talking about? My eyes. Right, that umbilical cord was cut and I was no longer attached to anything. That's facts. That's facts. That is facts. Another thing that we was let go. You know, cutting them ties, cutting the umbilical cord. Everything has to be cut for you to be in your divine greatness and whatever that is that might be for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just where I'm at in my journey. Like, that was the hardest pill I had to swallow. It was definitely still on my mind. And it's like, am I sure? Am I ready? Yeah, I'm ready. And I'm very aware and I'm very sure. Girl, stop. I'm feeling. But I'm ready. And whenever y'all get to that out of here. Whenever y'all are ready to get into that space, or if maybe you are ready and you're ready to be in that space and you're already taking those steps, I'm here to tell you, you're not wrong. You have to do everything for you. All right? Your soul purpose is specifically for your journey. All right? So anything that you have to encounter to get you into a divineness of a greatness or change or evolution or elevating or, you know, whatever that might be. Peace. Let me move away from her because she gonna make me put her straight out of my room. Whatever you have to do. Genesis, stop following me. I'm not playing with you. Stop following me. You know, whatever you got to do, do it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a hard pill to swallow, but I promise you, it's going to be worth it. And I know this is going to be worth it for me. So if y'all start seeing a lot more different ways that I'm moving, it's just because of that. Because I'm just not with that program anymore. You know, I'm into something totally different. Go that way. Yes, go that way. You got to be there for self. The rest will follow. That's fact.
No.
The aftermath is far greater than the sacrifice. Right. Of course, you're gonna have. It's gonna be diversions that's gonna try to get you back into that space, that program. But you're gonna have to stick with your guns. I mean, but you know, you have to stick with it. You know, stand 10 toes down on it, and that's me speaking to me. You know, I'm gonna have to stand 10 toes down on it, and I actually felt better when I realized that I had to cut the ties. I realized I felt better. I was able to exhale. The weight was off my shoulders once I came in an acceptance of understanding that I have to. And I had to cry it out, release it. I had to talk to several people, just so I can make sure I'm hearing myself right and not with ignorance. So whatever you have to do, do it. Genesis, please. That's why I shouldn't have gave you that milkshake. You have to do what you got to do for you. And whatever works for you, it will work for you. All right? But you're just going to have to stand 10 toes down on it. Listen to self, because intuition going to let you know what's really going on. That's fast. And you're going to have to learn to listen to yourself. Your inner self is not going to steer you wrong. I promise you. I say this all the time. It's not. It's not, even if it takes you through some chaos. But it's only for a split second for you to just get to the greater good of it. So you have to listen to your intuition. You have to understand, where you're going in your journey. And I'm going, okay, into some great heights. And it is what it is. I know you a lot of people, I was the one, like I said, I was the one to say, family, you have to go back. You have to go back. You got to go back to your family. You did have to go back to your family. Just so you can see the old rituals, the old programs, and clean that shit up and cut the ties in them shits. No matter how hard it was for you to do it. You know what I'm saying? You have to. And I'm going to get out of here, y'all, because I still do have to do some cooking. And I appreciate y'all coming on here listening to me. I really am grateful for the motivation, the strength y'all give me. to keep moving, to keep going. I'm really grateful to have y'all in my space. And y'all know who you is. It's all y'all on here too. Okay, all of y'all, especially on here. And the ones that's not on here. I'm internally grateful to have y'all in this journey. You know what I'm saying? Right. Get them likes up and share the live, y'all, because we never know who might needs to hear this message, who might needs, might need to hear this so they can move on. Okay. So they can understand the qualities of life or what they need to do, because they could be stuck in the same situation I was just on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, please, if you don't mind, like the video, share it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, do what you got to do for you. Let go and become the wizard. Okay? And that wizard is you becoming wise in your awareness and your choices and your connections and everything that you do in your motion of your journey. All right? And I'm going to get out of here. And as always, love, peace, and oneness. And I will talk to y'all on the next one. Peace.